I know the feeling that goes on now in the next 24 to 48 hours or so, and it's a little uneasy for a player sometimes, but even as coaches, I challenge the players going into this last week to really, especially the ones that play in this game, to make it hard on us as coaches, as personnel staff, and give everything they have for one more opportunity. And I also tell them that, listen, they're competing, for our roster, but there's 31 other teams that are also looking, at everybody's roster, and we've got some good players, and we got to make some tough decisions, and that's just the nature of this ball game, and we got to get down to the 53 here over the weekend.
Because you play in a week, do you have to make these decisions a little quicker than you would otherwise?
Not really. We still got time. Still got some time the next couple of days to get it to where you want or get it where you think you have it. It's sped up a little just because we're playing on Thursday.
For a guy like Wheaton, does it give him an advantage because he's a veteran and you have Alshon who's going to be out for at least 2 weeks?
Well, we got to take that into consideration. Obviously he's played some football, in this league, and I thought I thought what he did tonight was good. We got to evaluate it tomorrow when we watch it and can break it down. But he has experience, and we got to factor that into everything.
What do you think of Adams and Jones tonight, running backs?
I thought both of them ran extremely hard. Matt kind of, just go back to Josh. Josh, had the first half and did some good things, and then Matt in the second half just kind of took over. I think some offensive line play was we tightened some things up, and Stout made some adjustments and all that. But I thought Matt really came in and really sort of improved. As camp progressed and really had a nice game. To obviously score that game winner was key for him.
As a follow-up to Jimmy's question, is it accurate that Jeffrey's going to miss 2 weeks or at least 2 weeks?
Actually, are you talking about Alshon?
Yes.
Going to activate him, off the PUP tomorrow.
And is playing Thursday realistic?
That'll be day by day from here.
How did Adams do throughout mini camp and training camp? I mean, how would you assess his performance?
Who was that?
Josh Adams.
Oh, Josh Adams?
Yeah.
He's done some nice things. He kind of came in, he missed the offseason a little bit with an injury and sort of was kind of a little playing catch up, and then come into camp and he was ready to go, and then he had a little setback again and got healthy from that, and he really has done a nice job for a young player. We've asked a lot of him really, again, without really making a fair evaluation after watching the tape, watching the full body of work, because he's also played some special teams. We got to factor that in and see where he's at and see if he, where he is now in these next couple of days based on that.
Doug, have you made a decision on who the starting quarterback is going to be for Thursday yet?
Not Friday yet.
Are you guys going to sit down on tomorrow and make that decision?
No, I mean, we don't have to make that decision right now. We still got some time before we hit the practice field again and go from there. But we'll have a conversation on it, though.
Sorry, how much are you looking forward to learning what the news is? Cleared, not cleared, as you guys anticipate getting ready for the Falcons?
Obviously, you anticipate it, but at the same time, I've got, the rest of the team to prepare to get ready for Atlanta. And, whoever it is, I mean, it's just, we just got to prepare the same way. We just got to take it one day at a time. We got to focus on one game at a time and take the 46 into that game that are ready to go.
Why did you choose the decision to sit Sudfeld to not play?
You know what? I've seen a lot of Nate already. He's played a ton this offseason or this preseason. He's played a ton of football, and really, I needed to get a fair assessment of Joe and Christian because we haven't really seen Christian.
So it's not connected to Thursday night in any way?
Oh no, not at all, not at all.
What was your assessment of Joe and Christian?
I thought there were some good things. Obviously the turnovers are things that we can't do from the quarterback position. It was unfortunate there at the end of the half. Christian had a really nice drive going to at least maybe get 3 out of that drive, but we just ran out of time. and all that, but did some nice things. And then Joe, I thought really in the second half, in the fourth quarter, came in and, once he, a nice drive, just kind of underthrew the pass. He had the guy in the end zone if he throws it a little bit further, but it was great to see him come back and bounce back and put together that touchdown drive at the end. So they both did great things. I'm excited for both of them and obviously their future and great way to finish the preseason with a touchdown drive.
We'll do a couple
Lose
more
Nigel
things.
Bradham tomorrow. What's the message to him as he goes?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Number one, he understands, but the message is just, hey, he's got to stay focused. He's got to stay ready. He's got to continue to work out, for the next 7-8 days, whatever it is, and when he comes back, he's ready to go.
Has the decision been made on who's going to start that week 1 in his absence?
No, we haven't made those decisions yet.
Doug, when you talk about
That's one place.
evaluation as a whole, go all the way back to the spring, and you've seen most of these guys through training camp, how much can this game tip the scales for those bubble players?
I think it can tip it a little bit. Again, you got to take the full body of their work. It just can't rely on one football game. We got to go back to OTAs, and you got to, sometimes you have to go back and even just watch, a couple practices back then and see how they've progressed to now. And, by doing that, we do our due diligence to make sure that the 53 is the right 53, in the next couple of days. And some of these guys, are going to make it tough on us.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Doug.
Brad, are you bringing